We're the creative geniuses that brought you Slow Burn. I'm Reese and I'm the director.
I'm Becca and I'm the main editor.
Aidan, I'm the main producer.
I'm Henry and I'm the art director.
So, do you feel that Slow Burn represents any particular social groups?
Yeah, we chose to represent teenagers in our project as we felt we knew most about them. It's fairly similar to another film, Brick, which is another neo-noir, in that it stylises teenage activity.
So, how successful do you think that we were in representing teenagers in the film then?
I'd say pretty successful, being the fact that we are teenagers ourselves, so we found it easier to get into a role.
How happy are you with the portrayal of teenagers? Is there anything that you would have changed?
Well, our project only shows the darker side of teenagers, but that's due to its nature. It was just unfortunate we didn't get to show the other side. So tell me, how did you attract your audience?
I think the strongest point for Slow Burn was the narrative. I think that's probably what drew people in the most. It had a sort of strong enigma about it, which I think that was definitely important in sort of getting the audience on our side. Especially the character played by Becca, who you see very, very briefly on screen, but she has this sort of constant sort of sense of mystery surrounding her and following her around, and she shows up and these problems start to occur, but you don't sort of put it all together yet, and I think that's what's really important about the film.
Also, how did you address your audience?
I think that, our audience we've defined as being between 15 and 25 and probably predominantly male as well, so I think that the key thing was that the cast was we're all young, we're 19, 18, 17, and I think that that's important, that we're trying to relate to a younger audience than usual. So yeah, I'd say that the fact that the cast is young is definitely going to be more appealing to a younger audience.
Did you find it difficult to research for the production?
No, because YouTube was our friend through all of this. We used it to research neo-noirs and film openings and everything, and if we picked a scene that we liked, we'd be able to embed it onto our blogs.
What did the production of Slow Burn teach you about filmmaking technologies?
Well, the thing that took me by surprise most was how big a part editing played, and at times how long it took using Final Cut Pro. It's the smaller things that are at times hard to spot, which can have a big effect on the finished production, especially with small continuity errors, which we found plenty of. Who do you think would be the typical audience for this film?
I think our audience mainly is predominantly male between the ages of 15 and 25.
Why do you think this is?
I think mainly because we introduced some of the themes that would interest a younger audience. We introduced the theme of drugs, we introduced the theme of a promiscuous girlfriend, and while we are aiming it at a younger audience, we don't think it would be inaccessible to an older audience as well.
Considering BBFC ratings, how do you think this restricts your audience?
I don't think it restricts it that much, because we, as a team, aimed the film to be about a 15 age bracket, and as I've already said, the age bracket for the film that we were aiming at was about 15 to 25.
How did the audience respond to your film, and were there any different readings?
The audience responded well. You said about different readings. There are probably 3 different readings to our film. You can probably read it from Rita's character's point of view, or Becca's character's point of view, or my character's point of view.